I had a lot more things to say about this last night than I do now, but I wasn't going to make a video then. I was waiting till the official announcement came out, and Mark Scheifele of the Winnipeg Jets has officially been suspended 4 games for the hit on Jake Evans last night, but in Game 1 between the Jets and Canadiens. I think it could have been more. The maximum, since it was not an in-person hearing, was 5 games. I hope that this is the entire series. I hope Montreal can finish them in 4 games. I don't know if that's realistic, but that's my hope, is Habs will sweep them and have enough motivation. It hurt to watch. It was probably the worst thing I've ever seen live in hockey. Besides the Tavares injury, but the Tavares injury, that was completely accidental compared to this. It just hurt. And Jake Evans is one of my favorite players. I think I said it in the last video that the way he's worked, his work ethic day in and day out, I love him. And it's going to hurt not having him on the Habs probably for the rest of the series if it goes the way that I hope it does. One thing that I do want to say, a TVA reporter, which is the French version of Sportsnet, said apparently the Jets were taunting Corey Perry, saying that he did the same thing to John Tavares, and that the Canadiens should just stand down. My thoughts are, Mark Scheifele, great player. Besides Nick Ehlers and Connor Hellebuck, he is the best player on the Winnipeg Jets. This isn't who he is. He is a clean player, but frustration gets the best of players. And we saw that early in the year with Connor McDavid and what he did to Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Jake Evans, you gotta feel for the kid. 25th birthday. And what happened on that day? He got hit so hard that he's not going to touch NHL ice this series. And that hurts, but I hope he doesn't this series, because Montreal in 4. There's enough motivation now. But one thing I want to say about Evans is he was hit earlier in the year by Ottawa's Eric Goodbranson, and that was a nasty hit. That was targeting the head. Jake is a smaller player, but he is been known to stand up for himself. If he does come back to this series and it is, let's say, Game 6 and Mark Scheifele's back, Jake Evans isn't going to tell someone else to go get that guy for him. It's going to be Jake Evans standing up for Jake Evans. And I don't think the NHL wants that. They shouldn't want that, because the Habs, when they say that Montreal is built for the playoffs, they're not built to go far in the playoffs. They're built to be physical. And I don't want anyone to get injured. I really don't. Especially not a player like Mark Scheifele or anyone on the Winnipeg Jets like Nick Ehlers. They're such a talented offensive core, and they've got the best goaltender in the world. I don't want this to end up injuring anybody, and Joel Edmondson said it himself that if Scheifele comes back to this series, that his life's going to be made miserable. So I hope for the Jets' sake and Mark Scheifele's sake that the Habs finish this series off before he gets a chance to come back, because it won't be pretty. 4 games, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with 4 games, considering what they've done all year to the Habs. Nothing. There's been hits on KK. There's been hits on Jakey. There has been hits on Armia. All those guys have been hit in the head, targeted, and nothing has happened. I'm happy that something happened. It might have taken the playoffs and a big scrum and some threats from Joel Edmondson for it to happen, but it happened. And I think Habs fans just have to be happy that we have 4 games without Mark Scheifele, who is their heart and soul player. You can say it's Blake Wheeler, but Blake Wheeler isn't that good at hockey. I think it's Mark Scheifele. He's their leader in that locker room. He's their best player besides Ehlers, and they have to take advantage of that and play for Jakey. And it's going to be hard to do so, but I'm happy with 4 games. We'll have to wait and see what happens for the rest of the series. It's going to be a hard-fought series. We saw last night Winnipeg out Montreal, the Canadiens, and the Canadiens just scored more. They played the Leafs game from Game 1 of last series, and the Jets played the Habs game from Game 1 of the Toronto-Montreal series, which is playing physically. And the Canadiens they found a way to beat Connor Hellebuck, and the Jets can't adjust to that. So it's going to be a fun series no matter what way it goes, but we've likely lost our top line left winger and our top penalty killer for the remainder of this series, and thankfully the Jets are going to be without the guy responsible for injuring Jake Evans on a nasty, gutless play that honestly left me in tears. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know your thoughts, I guess. I'm going to edit this and try to get it up as quickly as possible. I didn't think a verdict would ever come, but at 8 o'clock Eastern, here we are, and we're ready for Game 2 tomorrow night. Hopefully Montreal has the answer and doesn't stoop down to the level of the Jets and try to go after one of their players. I don't want to see anyone injured on Friday night. I just want good hockey and hopefully a Montreal Canadiens win. Thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.